In black metal second wave, the true irony of it, they had a very limited recordings because it was meant for those small groups of people who were all trying to do what they were doing. It wasn't like, hey, let's create 1,000, let's press 1,000 of A Blaze in the Northern Sky and just fucking throw it around. It was more just like, let's keep it to our own, and that's it. Whereas death metal was, it goes back to the tape trading that Chuck did with Europe. So there's more just an open demographic. Whereas black metal, that's where elitism comes in second wave, is it was intended for just those small groups of people. And that's where it should have been left. So you have so many people copying that style, wearing the same corpse paint. And corpse paint, I understand, like Alice Cooper did it. So Kiss did it. So anybody can do it. That's
pretty fucking overdone at this point.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can do it. So that's a complete thing in itself. But as far as the Norway sound and what they're doing,
it should be more bright red corpse paint, Darth Maul style.
Wow. He must be from Canada. He's got red. Canadian flag's red.
Darth Maul's cool, bro.
Is he Canadian?
He is. Darth Maul's from Canada.
Does he like black metal? The attitude behind second wave Norway was more contained, keep it to our own. Death metal was all about like, not anybody could be involved. It was more just like, if you're in Florida during those days, you had to have the whole package. You had to have the art. You had to be really fucking good. You had to be hard as nails live. And if you performed, it had to be as good as the recording. Like, these things were essential, otherwise you're just cast aside. Because in Florida, it's not so much there's a pecking order, but you're dealing with the heaviest of heavy bands at that time, and that's the end. And so, as much as black metal and death metal each had separate,
well, you could also also say that death metal is almost more American and black metal is almost more European, at least in the early days. And then there was a lot of crossover, but
it reflects the culture. It reflects the people.
Yeah.
Florida, you got McDonald's. Norway, you got nothing, and it's dark for a month of the year, and people kill themselves. So of course there's going to be some really fucked up music, and in Florida everyone's going to get drunk and
hot as fuck,
be like, Chris Barnes, fuck, you see the lyrics? Ha ha. Completely different cultures, and that's good that you pointed that out, because that's a big part of it, through and through.
Yeah.
But
what about we were talking about this a little bit at the gym earlier. What about war metal?
Oh, well, war metal, the reason we talked about it is we had a dialogue about Norway and how I said it was meant for just that small pact of guys that were doing it for themselves. That's it. Whereas with all the copycats, I created like 2,000 bands, within the following 5 years or 10 years that just copied that sound. As did Carcass, Heartwork, or At the Gate, Slaughter the Soul, albums like that just created a whole culture of people trying to capture that original thing. War metal was pretty much like, as much as they probably, a lot of those, I can't speak on behalf of any of those guys, even though I've met some in, respective bands, but they do love Norway probably in their own way, but just the fucking copycats, it's like, fuck off. And that's where war metal rules. I don't listen to it much at all. I love Black Witchery, the few bands that I like, but it's totally like the middle finger to all those soft as shit tapping drummers, and whatever downsides you can look at certain black metal.
There's a weightlifting too.
What? War metal?
Yeah. Last me used to be like powerlifting skinheads or whatever on the back of the shirts.
They said powerlifting?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Power Med.
I see. I should know this because I'm in Vancouver.
Like it was like powerlifting, black metal skinheads.
I never knew the powerlifting.
Yeah, it's
really?
like older ones. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, war metal. They have every right to be that way and to be that harsh towards all these. You know, anybody can pick a horrible recorder, learn a Burzum riff, and put his hair in a fucking
Man bun.
and put his kale salad down and just go like.
I would almost like. I'm not. Like,
I love war metal because they're just like they want to kill people like that through their music, and
I would almost say that war metal is almost like a mix of the two in a lot of ways. It's like
a
lot of black
it's
metal
like
too.
the power and hard hitting of death metal, but the pure hatred of black metal like coalesced in one. So I'm probably, you know, a lot of people could disagree with this, and they should. They know a lot more than us. I'm just going based upon as much as I've wanted to understand these genres the best I can.
What do you think about, like, there's that one band, Argos Lint? I don't know if it's Argos Lint. I would say they're almost war metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they are. I don't know them much at all, but what I've heard, they're a really cool mix of old school, almost a mix of like a little bit of first wave, like a sliver of first wave black metal because of the leads and some of the traditional sounding riffs.
Probably some like Running Wild too, if you've ever heard them.
Yeah, and then you know, I mean, to a lot of people, they're probably not war metal at all.
Well,
I would agree with that, but they're
like, I would say that
they're kind of a concoction. They're like a concoction of certain things.
Because I think the point of war metal is kind of like
they remind me of
battle music, right?
They remind me a bit, of Impiety.
Like something you would listen to when you're going into fucking war.
Like Impiety is an amazing band.
I've never listened to them,
and they have certain elements similar to Argos Lint, or I don't know how to say it.
Well, the reason
but like those bands are completely different, but they do have that similar components.
The reason that I kind of want to bring up them is
you have more milk.
I do.
By the way, you gotta drink milk to keep your calcium in your bones.
That's right. Bones are very important.
To crush your enemies.
Yeah. What is best in life?
Happiness.
That's gay as fuck, son.
Chocolate chip cookie, or a 5-second orgasm, or
crush your enemies and watch them driven before you and hear the lamentations of
and war metal.
This thing. Don't you know that from Conan?
I know. Life? No, I
just checking.
I was probably way too drunk the last time I saw Conan.
Oh really? You only watch it drunk?
Apparently.
You like how he gets fucking...
I can't sit through movies like that if I'm not like somehow kind of not 100% there.
Man, he gets completely jacked.
So many movies don't make sense. I'm just like, none of this makes sense.
He gets completely jacked from a child to like by pushing a fucking thing around relentlessly, and everyone else dies and he's the only one left, and he has like perfect calves and biceps. What do you think about metalheads that like, you know, because like metal's all about like power and strength.
Ego. Strength.
Power and strength, but like how many metalheads are in like these like really brutal bands and they've never been to the gym and like they don't lift weights at all?
They're gonna say they never drink milk.
They probably don't. But like,
because they're too busy trying to be healthy.
Yeah.
This is healthier than almond milk, because almond milk, you don't have all the nutrients and shit.
Almond milk has like
empty calories.
It's like 1 gram of protein per fucking
quart of it.
Yeah. I'm going to quart. But yeah, metalheads should lift more weights.
If you're into it.
Yeah, because all the rappers are the fucking massive ones. We'd get fucked up. Like,
I have no idea.
Well,
I think some of the rappers
are like massive. Like fucking Busta Rhymes is like giant now. Here, I'll post a picture of Busta Rhymes. Look at him, he's giant.
He's so fucked.
Or this guy from Nile, Joe Vassano. He's a fucking monster. Everyone should look like this guy.
He would probably kill everybody.
Yeah, like when that guy walks on stage, I don't even give a fuck if he's good at musician. If he's a good musician, he's massive, so he's cool.
Right? Doesn't matter if you're good as long as you look huge on stage.
Exactly. I can't find any information or anyone else talking about this, but this is like one of the most like racist bands ever.